So in case you missed it, the government of the Republic of Zambia will spend about 4.6 billion kwacha on a nationwide solar energy rollout under what is called the new Presidential Constituency Energy Initiative. Now, that is the information we've all been waiting for, because in one or another, it will help us with the current load shedding that most of us are experiencing. Yeah, I think for some time we've been sleeping, but now we are slowly waking up. We're slowly coming to terms with reality. Zambia has got a lot of vast land. Most of it is just sleeping. It is still virgin here, so land. Still intact, so but it is good that now we are thinking of investing for the future. In case you missed it, according to a story carried out by ZNBC, Cabinet approves Presidential Constituency Energy Program. Cabinet has approved the establishment of the Presidential Constituency Energy Initiative and Program aimed at developing small solar farms of 2 megawatts in each of the 156 constituencies nationwide, amounting to a total of 312 megawatts. I wonder why these farms should be small. They need to be big, because most of the land that we have is just idle. Nothing here, nothing is being done on it. We have enough land that can help us generate more solar energy and reduce the load shedding hours that our people have been complaining about. Personally, I hate it when we make it look like load shedding has started now. I think we do it deliberately to just make it look like this government has failed. Yeah, obviously we all have our own perspectives. Others think they have done well, others think they have failed. It's okay. But to make it look like load shedding has started now is not fair. What we need to say is that maybe under this government, load shedding has become worse. But we need to understand, Kuti, what are the contributing factors? Has this started now, or it started a long time ago? And what have we been doing as a country? Let's not forget, load shedding started in the year 2008. That's when it hit us bad as a country. 2008, what government was there? It was the MMD. Yeah, it was the MMD. But obviously, government did not sit idle. They did something. But what they did was not enough to actually control the situation. In that year, we had load shedding of 4 to 6 hours. Okay? When next did the load shedding hit us bad? What was in the year 2015 to 2016? Who was there? It was the Patriotic Front. At that time, we had load shedding of about 8 to 14 hours. Problem timazibalisa, but it's not fair kuzibalisa. Tendi kazizukumbukisa kwa itichoka. In the year 2019, we had another load shedding that hit us bad. That time we had load shedding hours of about 18 hours. 18 hours, so no power. In 2020 to 2021, we recovered a bit. Yeah, we recovered here. So we had some good rains. The water reservoirs were very good. And the load shedding temporarily ended. Yeah. Others would still say maybe it was because of the elections that we had. No, it was the measures that were being put in place, obviously, by the previous governments. But what did we see? Because we were investing so much in hydropower, the water levels also, we were hit by some very bad drought, 2023, 2024. And what did we see? In 2024, we had a very bad drought. And that drought caused the load shedding hours. And what did we see? In March, ZESCO introduced 8 hours of load shedding. Later on, they increased to 12 hours. In 2025, the situation has not changed. Now, about a few weeks ago, I put out a statement. This load shedding that we are seeing, has been as a result of us not investing so much in alternative sources of energy. Of course, we have been investing, but it has been at a very low and slow pace. Very low and slow pace. It's just a by the way issue. We have been dependent so much on the Kariba Dam for most of our energy. But we forget that the water levels in the Kariba Dam and the capacity that the Kariba Dam has now cannot meet the demands of the people. So it meant that we needed to create alternative or even more solar hydro power station. But that is not something that we have done. Even if we did it, we might still face the same challenge in the near future in case of a drought. So what does that mean? It means we need to come up with the climate-friendly alternative sources. Among them, nyamene yanetikamba hapo solar. Inangu ni yayo yamanje yamako yamenetima mvera kuti bachaya. So to hear that the president and his team are now thinking that each constituency should at least have a solar plant, that is a welcome move, and personally I appreciate it. And I'm just hoping that it will help us in one or another. Now, here's something that we need to understand. Whatever megawatts each constituency will be producing may again not be enough to give us 24 hours of power. It is also a call upon us as citizens, those that can manage. Let's also, at household level, invest in our own alternative sources of energy. Apart from hydro, if you can afford, and again I'm saying if you can afford, if you can't afford, yes, let's wait for government power. But if you can, let's ensure that we at least have tumasola pamitenge. Kudala tenzofaka mamilisi pamitenge, maskwano bantu swafaka mamilisi pamitenge. Let's utilize my roofs ya kufaka mo tumasola. That's if you can. So that when you have power as ESCO, it's okay. When you don't have, you just switch to solar. It is the way to go. We are not the first ones here, and we shall never be the last ones. Even in other countries, they are doing the same. People are investing. But the problem that we have in this country, we always complain. But not everyone can. We are not talking about everyone. We are talking about you. If you can, invest. Don't you go in the zone of not everyone. You are not everyone. You are an individual. So if not everyone can, but some can, let those that can do the same thing. Then you have never come back. We can't. Government will then come in and help. JF Kennedy, one of America's presidents, says it is not about what the country can do for you. Sometimes it's about what you can do for your country. So those of us that can buy solar, can buy batteries, and generate our own power, and possibly give back to the nation through net metering, let's do so. Doing it for our own selves and for our own good. Otherwise, Mr. President and your cabinet, this one is a very good one. I personally welcome it. And if it's possible, let's not even allow our constituencies to produce 2 megawatts. There's a vast land in these constituencies, most of it unused, so it's just sleeping. Let's identify it and invite for more investors to actually come and invest and generate more power. And please, one last thing. I know about my voters card. And the people are telling us that once we vote them in power, this energy crisis will come to an end. They should not lie to us. This energy crisis cannot be resolved just by virtue of one being voted in power. We need to take proactive measures to resolve this energy crisis. So when someone says, vote for me and I'll resolve, let them explain how they intend to resolve this energy crisis. Because if it is just by virtue of them saying, when you vote for me and then you vote for them, in 2031, we shall come here and say, you told us that you're going to change it. What did you change? Because they need to explain to us how they intend to resolve this energy crisis. But otherwise, this initiative is a welcome one. But we need to actually make it bigger, not small farms, Mr. President, not small farms. If possible, let all the constituencies produce 5 megawatts or 10 megawatts. It will be better. We will be self-sufficient as a country. Otherwise, it's a welcome move. Thank you.